What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel today. Tonight we are going over this. This is the Bytech portable power battery pack. I see these all over the place. You can really get them anywhere. Every place from like a TJ Maxx to a Walmart to like Dick's Sporting Goods. I have seen these everywhere. Now these are kind of the bottom of the barrel battery packs. They're only 2,000 milliamp hour, whereas your average usable appropriate battery pack can range from 4,000 to 10,000 milliamp hour, and they even have really nice ones that have much more power than that. But that's kind of where the consumer average is right now. So 2,000 is a little bit less, but this is bottom of the barrel. This is like less than $10 battery pack. But if you're looking for something simple, portable, you know, not this huge battery pack that you got to make space for, this is a pretty good option. I've had a couple of these, so we're going to dive into this, talk about it. I'll unbox a new one, but I have a couple of these that I've used, so we'll go over that real quick. Before I get into it, we'll take a look at the box here. Bytech. I've never really heard of Bytech. I don't know if anybody's really ever heard of Bytech. Their motto is the art of technology. Very glossy packaging, as you can see on the bottom here. It says portable power, charge your mobile phone anywhere, anytime, compatible with all mobile phones, micro USB cable included. They should kind of rephrase that. All mobile phones that use micro USB charging cables. So don't expect to charge an iPhone with this. This is what it looks like. That's kind of close to the size of it, and it does have a USB port on top, so you could use any cable you want. It only comes with the micro USB cable. So no real information on the back. It just talks about their address. They're located out of Brooklyn, New York. They have a 12-month warranty. Talks about input-output voltage, max capacity, weight, weighs 75 grams. Size is 93 millimeters tall and a radius of 30 millimeters. And then the input is 5 volt, 800 milliamp, so it charges at a slightly slower rate. Max of 1 amp input. If you start trying to charge it super fast with like a 2.1 amp charger, you'll probably fry the thing. So be aware of that. Output is 5 volt 1 amp, which is average. You're not going to get any turbocharging out of that. So in the box is just this pretty simple. Packaging's not got updates going on here. Packaging is not too crazy. You've got your little manual here that talks about before charging digital devices, ensure that your power bank is fully charged. That makes sense. Power banks that have not been used in 3 months should be recharged to maintain ultimate performance. Of course, no battery stays charged forever. If you experience problems charging devices, please ensure that the correct cable is plugged in. So it talks about that. Let's see. Don't throw these in fires, obviously. Don't attempt to disassemble it. Place loose batteries in a pocket or purse or receptacle. Don't place it with other metal objects. Do not store the batteries with hazardous or combustible materials, obviously. Always keep batteries away from children. Always keep them away from hot fires. Do not throw away or hit them violently. Stop using it if there are hollows, cracks, deformities, corrosion, or some type of abnormal phenomenon. And always use the specified charger. I've used tons of different chargers with it. Now this is obviously not the best charger in the world, but it gets the job done. For $10, really can't complain about too much. This is the cable that they provide. Just a very small USB to micro USB cable, which most of our phones use nowadays. The cable here on the end, this micro USB end, is kind of fat, I guess, not a very slender profile for the white plastic casing that's around it. So if you have a certain type of case, that might restrict this sort of cable. So myself, I had a case on my old Galaxy S4 and I wound up using a different cable that was a little bit slimmer. I do like these small cables you can provide, that they do provide, because you can just plug your phone and your power bank. You can plug it in. It sits nice and flat. You put both in your pocket, and it works out like that. So only other thing in the package is this. This is the Bytech piece. Comes with this little lanyard attached at the top. I'm sure you could just take it off, just slip knot it on there. At the top here, if this will focus, we've got the USB that is obviously where this plugs into, and it will allow you to charge. One says output, the other says input. So that's it. Plug it into there, plug it into your phone. You're charging. It will automatically detect a charge when a device is connected to it. There is no power button on this, and I'll get into that in a minute. And then the micro USB end, the end that I'm pointing at, I'm covering up, is the other end here, and you would plug it into a charging source, and then you charge it when it's out of power. This being one of the earlier, power adapters that they come out with, auto detects if something is plugged in or not, and then it'll automatically start charging. Now, the only problem with that is it takes power to recognize if there's a device present or not. A lot of battery packs are starting to put power buttons on them. A lot of the power banks that I use, minus this one, have power buttons that you can power them on or off, so it doesn't waste any battery trying to auto detect if there's something plugged into this. It's pretty nice. I mean, it's decent little plastic. It's got the Bytech logo and then power bank engraved into it. The two-tone color is fine. It's not like a complete cylinder. You can tell it kind of dips here in the middle and then flares out towards the edges. Obviously, you have your inputs and outputs on that side. The other side has a little bit of information about input and output. The capacity at 2,000 milliamp hour. Now, 2,000 milliamp hour is not too much. You can probably charge your average phone nowadays, your standard size phone. I'd say 5-inch phone and less. No phablets, no other things like that. You can probably charge a standard smartphone nowadays 75% of the way with this battery bank. Doesn't output that much, so you can't charge big devices. But even things like GPSs and cameras and other things like that that use different charging cables, you can do it with that. So it's a battery bank. It doesn't have to be used for cell phones. That's obviously our primary use, but you could charge tablets and other things like that with it. So this is the Bytech power bank. Let me know if you have any questions. As usual, guys, like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. If you got any questions or comments at all, let me know in the section below, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. I'll also kind of put a little pros and cons section in there when I get the video published to talk about what my experience was with it. I did use one of these for a little while, but I felt that the 2,000 milliamp hour was just not enough power for me. I felt like I was always sharing it with other people. Oh, I need to get some juice, or I need to charge this or charge that, and it only has one output. You can only charge one thing at a time, and sometimes you want to charge more than that. If you're a techie person like me, if you got a friend or somebody in the car with you on a long car ride, you're limited to charging one device. I went for the big battery bank. I've done some more reviews on those, so check those out, where you can charge multiple devices. You can charge like laptops, huge devices with it. So this is kind of the bottom of the barrel here from Bytech, but they're all over the place, so I figured it's a pretty common product. We'll pick one up and do a review on it. But let me know, comment section below, and we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks.